Last few slides to finish off this business booster now. This is business booster 3. Interest rates. Read this slide. What happens when interest rates go up? So the Bank of England will set an interest rate, and it will affect loans, and it will affect whether people are choosing to get credit in order to buy things. So as soon as interest rates go up, customers stop spending. That's the most important thing. Savers, people who've historically saved, will start saving and stop spending. This means that all sales will go down. Equally, when interest rates fall, that encourages people to start spending. Other things that happen when business interest rates are low is that businesses start to borrow money, and as a result of that, fixed costs. If interest rates go up, then businesses' fixed costs will also go up. Quick question. Interest rates have started to rise. What will happen? As we've already said, loan repayments would go up and sales would come down. People will stop spending in this phase, and if a business has already got a loan, they will see higher loan repayments. The economic cycle or business cycle, this is peak trough, demonstrates to us how the economy is changing over time. If you have a quick look at this, during growth we see large numbers of jobs, wages go up, business costs go up, more difficult to recruit staff, more competition, increased cash flows, all good things generally. But when we see a recession, it's the opposite of everything that's above. How does that affect businesses? In this example, the business cycle, what's going on? Increased economic activity. The country is getting richer. What kind of things will happen? Looking for 2. Okay, hopefully you've been able to answer them. The 2 things that would happen is we'd see sales go up. That should have been a pretty obvious one, D. And then a rise in variable cost due to the rise in demand. I think that one's a bit of a tough answer, but by working out that C can't possibly be right because the economy is getting richer. Reduced prices, that's not going to happen, and easier to recruit staff, it can't possibly be that. I think E is a trickily worded answer, but A, B and C can't possibly be right in an increased economic activity. You will then hopefully look at this question. I would suggest that you do this question first. Get yourself some confidence, go straight to the back of the book and do this question first. I think it's the one where people are going to pick up easy marks really quickly. Should build your confidence. You don't want to miss this question because it's the question that's worth the most marks on the paper. And then finally, process of elimination. This is one of the trickiest, wordiest questions I've ever seen. Most likely means there are more answers which could be right. Steve's bank was an important element of this, and we're looking for 3 answers. Make sure you single the right ones. If we start to go through these, 3 reasons why Steve Banks would want to see a cash flow. We looked at this question before in Business Booster 2, and I just want you to have a bit of a look at it again. When we look at these answers, as I've gone through them, the question marks are the one that I believe could be right. Question C and F, I know definitely aren't right. And then by that process of elimination, I go through them again and say, okay, I think these ones might be right. Let me reread the question and then ask myself which one is the wrong one out of these 3. And maybe it's a process of elimination by them ruling in 2 of them and being left with 2 question marks. But you have to do this process of elimination. Do not underestimate the difficulty of the multiple choice question. If it was easy, people would be getting 40 out of 40, but there is a reason that the grade boundaries are high. That's because it's possible to do well, but it is very difficult to get 40. Very difficult, because it is very easy to misunderstand the questions. Annotate the questions and make sure that you are also looking through a process of elimination to rule questions out and answers out and in. In this case, all the risks. A cash flow forecast cannot remove all the risks of running a business. It can definitely remove some, and therefore can't be the correct answer. Best of luck with the exam.